Charlie Hebdo is a very French publication. I would say you certainly don't have the equivalent in the US, and not so many countries have the equivalent, I don't even in Europe. It's very French in the way that it is totally irreverentious. Its impertinence is its hallmark. It mocks any political trends, any religions, and of course a lot has been written and commented about the way it mocked the Prophet Muhammad, but it just it mocked just as strongly Catholics and Protestants and Jews. So it was not. It's also this tradition of French irreverence towards religion. Now, it is not a magazine with a huge circulation or with mass circulation, certainly not. Its average circulation before the attacks was around 60,000 copies a week. But it was it still exists, fortunately. It is a very well-known magazine. Everybody knows Charlie Hebdo, even people who don't read it, even people who don't like it because they find it offensive, or they find it in bad taste, or they find it misogynistic or whatever. I think most people like the idea that it exists because it's a testimony to the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. I used to have this discussion with my brother, who is a subscriber, that I would ask him, why do you read this? And he said, well, I find it funny, I like its irreverence, I like the fact that it doesn't respect anything. And I would conclude saying, well, I'm so glad you can read it and you can buy it and you can subscribe to it. This is great, even though I'm not an avid reader myself, right? So, and also the cartoonists of Charlie Hebdo, this was not a marginal publication because their cartoonists were very famous, were very well known among the general public in France. They worked for other magazines, including children or teenagers magazines or newspapers. They were invited on TV shows. So people really knew who Cabu was or Wolinski. They were really household names in France.